I like having this vibrational goal. I like having the feeling of something uneasy and then working it through the power of my mind into being more comfortable. I like moving myself up the emotional scale. I like recognizing that I'm worried about it, but I want to be hopeful about it. And I like the sensation of gently moving my worry to hope, or my hope to belief, or my belief to knowing. I like the sensation of recognizing that I don't have enough money, and I like recognizing that I'm worried about it, or even frightened about it, or irritated about it. And I like training my thoughts into better feeling thoughts, because I like the sensation of feeling my worry softening and being replaced with hope. I like the sensation of my hope softening and being replaced with expectation. I like the hands-on sensation of molding the energy. I like recognizing the guidance system that is within me and my ability to move emotion, and therefore my ability to bridge vibration, and therefore my ability to adjust my point of attraction, and therefore my ability to create my own reality. I don't mind knowing that there are things that I want that I don't have, that I'm not yet vibrationally in alignment with, maybe not even yet vibrationally close to. But I like knowing that with a little bit of effort and a willingness to take some emotional journeys from worry to hope, or journeys from fear to expectation, or journeys from despair to anger to frustration to hope to belief to knowing. I like knowing that I can choose better feeling thoughts and therefore adjust my vibration and therefore be the deliberate creator of my own experience. And as I know that more and more, as I practice it every day, we're speaking from your point of view, you know. As I practice it every day, I recognize I'm better on some subjects than others. Some subjects I'm already easy about. Some subjects I'm not so easy about. And I'm understanding that it's directly related to how these subjects have touched me in the past, and how my mother felt about it, or my father felt about it, or those close to me felt about it. I can see the influence of society in molding my beliefs, but now I have decided I am the molder of my own beliefs. I am the setter of my own tone. I'm going to choose the way I want to feel, and I'm going to focus the thoughts so that I can feel the way I choose to feel, because I've discovered that the way I feel is everything. Because the way I feel is my indication of the crevasse, the vibrational crevasse between what I want and what I expect. And when what I want and what I expect are the same things, then what I want and what I've got are the same things. When what I want and what I expect are different things, then what I expect and what I have are the same thing. The art of allowing really is bringing your expectation into alignment with your desire. That's all. That's all. And you don't do that in one fell swoop. You don't say, just because I want it, I expect it. You have to convince yourself. You have to soothe yourself. You have to bring yourself vibrationally along, because words don't matter. Words can mimic what you really feel. So words are amplification often of where your vibration is. But you cannot count on words. You can't say, I want it, therefore it is, without working yourself into believing that what you want is. And that really is what the art of allowing is. It's about allowing yourself to be a vibrational match to who you really are and what you really want. Everything you see manifested is what someone expects. It may not be what they want, but it is what they expect. So, you might argue, you might say, I have cancer, or I know somebody who has cancer, and I didn't expect it. And we have to say, yes, you did. You say, well, I sure wouldn't have expected it on purpose. And we say, of course not. But you come to expect things by giving your attention to them and practicing the vibration of them until that's the most familiar vibration. Whatever you give your attention to, you activate the vibration of it in your vibration every time. So when you say yes to something, you activate this wanted thing in your vibration. When you shout no at something, you activate that unwanted thing in your vibration. So yes means yes and no means yes. Because this is a universe based on vibration, attraction, not on words. So when you see something that you want and you say yes to it and you activate the vibration within you, now you are vibrationally equivalent to that which you are saying yes to. And if you do that enough, this now active vibration becomes an often active or activated vibration. And if it is often enough activated, it becomes a habitually activated vibration. It becomes a dominant vibration. And that's when it becomes expectation. Every subject has the potential of being two subjects, doesn't it? What is wanted and lack of it. And depending upon which end of that stick you most often look at, that makes whichever end of that stick the dominant vibration within you. So you could have a dominant vibration about physical wellness, which means you expect wellness, which means you're thriving in terms of wellness. But you could have a dominant vibration about not enough money, and you could be living not enough money, even though you want more money. Which brings us to what we think is the most important thing that we're going to say to you all day here today. You live here in the now. All of your power is in the now. All of your life is in the now. All of your ability to live is in the now. Everything that you feel is in the now. Everything relative to your creative power is in the now. Did we say it's in the now? Which means you may be thinking about the past, and you may be thinking about the present, and you may be thinking about the future, but you're doing it now. And what you are most affecting with these thoughts about past, present, or future is now, which is where life is. In other words, you want an improved future because you think that when you get there, it will feel better now. But what about now? Why plan so hard for tomorrow when tomorrow never comes? Because when tomorrow gets here, it's today. So all of your power is now, and we've noticed that there isn't anything that any of you want. Nothing. A material object, a pile of money, a relationship, an event, a circumstance. There's nothing that you believe you want that is for any other reason than you think when you get there and have the experience of it that you will like it, that it will feel good. So we want you to begin to focus upon how important feeling good is now, not later, now, because later never comes. It's always now. And when you discover that you can massage your thoughts into feeling good now you've got a handle on life. Now you're allowing your pure connection between who you really are and who you are in this physical body. Now you're letting the whole life of you live in you now. When you feel exhilaration, that's what you're doing. You found a way of setting your mind, which sets a vibrational tone, which allows a fuller part of you to experience this moment. That's what passion is. Passion is you letting you in. That's what enthusiasm is, and love and appreciation and joy. Those are moments when somehow, some way, you've managed to let a bigger part of who you are share this moment of focus with you now. So when you discover that you have the ability to feel good now, now you know the secret of life. We hear you sometimes willing to sacrifice or suffer now for a promise of something better later. And we want to say to you, never squander now for any reason whatsoever, because it's not possible to have an unhappy journey to a happy ending. It cannot be. It's illogical. It is vibrationally illogical. It is illogical in terms of law of attraction. It is illogical in terms of the laws of the universe. It never happens that way. Don't get confused. You cannot feel bad about something and have it turn out good. You've got to start feeling good about it before it begins to turn around. So sometimes you say, well, how do I feel good about something that has already turned out bad? And we say, you have to understand, nothing has turned out. And you say, well, it feels pretty turned out to me. The person I loved went away, or the person I loved died. That seems pretty final. How do I turn that one around, Abraham? You say to us. And we say, you never get it done and you can't get it wrong. And when you understand that your constant quest is for that of joy, and that you have access to thoughts that will give you joy now, then you come to understand that there isn't anything that you cannot turn around. But you've got to make your journey quantifiable or understandable before you can tell which end is up, which direction you're going. As Jerry and Esther travel across the desert from Phoenix to San Diego, It's easy to know which direction to go. They want to go west. The sun tells them that. And if it's nighttime, Magellan tells them, or the compass tells them, or the highway signs tell them. It's not hard to tell which way they're going on the highway. So they set a reasonable speed, get pointed in the correct direction, and trust with strong belief, with absolute expectation, that they will arrive at where they're wanting to be. The journey is quantifiable. But if you are on a path from sickness to wellness, that journey is not quite as quantifiable. People say, come this way, try this medicine, try this surgery, think these thoughts, do these things, have this heredity in your background. Oh, you've eaten that all your life? No chance for you to be well now, they will say. Oh, you smoked those cigarettes? Well, it's no wonder you're sick. You've damaged your body irreversibly, they say. And so you have all of these voices. It's no wonder you are lost in the desert, because you're pulled this way and this way and this way. You try this and this. I want to be more slender. Oh, well, then eat this and don't 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 eat this. It is no wonder you are lost in the desert. The journey is not quantifiable. There is a range of feeling, and if you will get a handle on the feeling, not getting hung up on the word so much, but get a handle on the feeling and decide today that in every conscious moment that you can, you're going to do your best to find the best feeling thought that you have access to, which means you're going to try to soothe yourself into a better feeling place. So let's say that you don't have enough money, and you haven't had enough money for quite a long time, and there are things that you want to buy that you haven't been able to afford, and things that you need even that you haven't been able to afford, and your children are asking for things from you, or maybe your parents are wanting some help from you, or you're wanting to take a vacation that you can't afford. In other words, something has happened that has activated your awareness that you don't have as much money as you want or need. So you feel critical of your spouse for not having made better decisions, which gets you nowhere, because those decisions can't be taken back or changed right now, this red hot minute. Or you criticize your own employer for not giving you a big enough piece of the pot. Or you demonize your government for taking too much of it in taxes and squandering it on things that aren't important. And as you point out these very logical things that a lot of people would agree with you about, the only question that we want to ask you is, do these thoughts make you feel better or worse? And what we notice is that as you talk about things that need to change, over which you have no control, you always feel worse. So when you try to make yourself feel better, when that's the only thing that matters right here and now, when you get really off the subject of how to get the money and on the subject about how to feel better about the money you've got, now you're doing that thing where you change the way you feel here rather than needing to get over there before you change the way you feel. So you stand here and you try to soothe yourself. And you soothe yourself in any way you can by saying things that just feel better to you, not to anybody else, to you. So you might say something like, hopefully it will get better. And maybe that changes nothing about the way you feel. So you keep trying, because after all, you want to feel better now. So you say something like, well, I guess we've all pretty much done the best we could do from where we were standing. Now, that might soothe you a little bit. And you say, yes, but it doesn't change my financial condition. And we say, don't lose track of what you're doing on this emotional journey. You're trying to soothe yourself. Because when you soothe yourself, you release resistance. And when you release resistance, you let in the money that you've been holding out with your resistance. You think it's your action or your job. You think it's what your mate earns, or you think it's the luck of the draw that makes the difference about the money that you let in. And it isn't. It's the way you feel about money that makes the difference. It's how much aggravation you have. It's how much resistance you have conjured in your effort to be right, you see. In your effort to do something other than feel better, you have amassed all kinds of resistance, which is only thought that contradicts the thought of your desire. And that's what holds the money away from you. We promise you that more money than you could spend in this physical lifetime is in vibrational escrow waiting for you to let it in. A steady stream of money is lined up for you. You've got to soften the resistance, which is the only thing that's keeping it out.